Hi guys, it's your curious and awkward friend Vasi that lives in London but recently has been traveling quite a lot, and in today's video I'm alone in one of the most dangerous cities in Europe and also in the world. So I want to share with you my experience and show you, is it actually so dangerous?
And I will also share with you my 10 tips when visiting Naples, because I went there as a foreigner and I have to say, I expected that I could get robbed or something bad could have happened, and I don't want to tell you how many people told me not to go.
You guys, fun fact, when I was living in Milan and I still haven't been to Naples, when I spoke to one of my friends from there, which is Italian, the first thing that they told me about Naples is that it's full of trash and it's quite dirty. And they didn't really suggest me going there because let's just say it's a little bit infamous. But the thing about the trash, I have to say there is definitely something true about it. Let me just show you how are the streets very early in the morning. There isn't anyone, it's super quiet, but you can kind of see that a lot of things have happened around. You can literally see it from the mess, the bottles, the cigarettes, and just everything that you can see on the street. And here and there you can still see people that are drunk or homeless.
And my tip number 1 is actually to stay away from the train station, and the streets that you can see at the moment are around Piazza Garibaldi, and even in the morning I was feeling a little bit weird walking around in there because you didn't really see anyone, but you could see that many things have happened around. And also I saw a couple of people being super drunk, just sleeping on the street, or some of them taking drugs. So I immediately went back to the main street. As you can see, I was a little bit in shock of everything that I saw. So yeah, it's time for some Italian breakfast. I got a caffè macchiato, a free biscuit, and this sfogliatella, which is full of Nutella.
So this is the biscuit that they brought me. I can feel that there are a lot of almonds inside. It's all wrapped up in sugar, so it's super sweet.
And this is the sfogliatella that I was telling you about. I look a little bit in shock, but I was just processing the amount of Nutella and chocolate that was inside. No matter how do I look at it, I literally loved it. It was so sweet and there was tons of filling. And this is one of the very typical sweets for Naples, so you should definitely try it as well.
Something that I can tell you for sure is that there are no other girls that are walking around alone or speaking in English, so I feel I'm literally one of the very few foreigners, and especially women, alone in this city. People were quite staring at me what the fuck are you doing here? And it is quite interesting to walk around the city because you can really see that it used to be a really rich city with that was taken care of, but I guess when the years started passing by, it lost its power, and of course people didn't really take so much care of it, and buildings became abandoned, and as I told you, they haven't really been reconstructed, many of them, and it is so obvious. Even in Sofia, where I'm from, in Bulgaria, which is in Eastern Europe, I don't actually think I see as many abandoned city and places as I see in here. Just look all of that.
And just a little warning and a pizza alert. This is the pizzeria of Sorbeio, which is literally the best pizza in Naples. So just write this down and thank me later. And you see this cute narrow street? Well, actually it's best to stay away from there because someone with a motorbike can quickly pass by and literally steal your belongings. And my next useful tip for you is to try to blend in with the locals. Just see like how are they acting and like the way they're dressed, and try to dress pretty similarly, and just don't be like a super shouting tourist with like a t-shirt "I love Rome" or something. And this brings me to my next tip, which is not to wear anything too flashy, like lots of jewelry, expensive phone, or just like expensive camera as well. It's actually better to leave all your valuables locked up in your hotel, and like ideally in a safe, and always have a copy of your passport, bank cards, and this sort of things. And the most useful tip I could give to you literally for any Italian city that you're visiting is to learn a couple of phrases in Italian, and this will really help you get by and you will always get treated better. If you're used to driving and you're thinking of renting a car in Naples, I would definitely suggest you not doing it, because it is very likely that something might happen to your car, like they might break a window and like steal your belongings, or also it will just be a big headache because the streets are super narrow, and yes, it is just a little mess. And another area which is better to avoid is the Spanish Quarter, because in recent years there have been a lot of petty crimes in there, but instead you can go to the Centro Storico, which is not that far from there.
I have a question for you. Guess how much is the Aperol Spritz in Naples? Because like in London it is at least like 10 or 12 pounds. But look at the price here.
Okay, and this is not a great example because I'm not following my own advice, and I actually went around the Spanish Quarter, and I have to say, like during the morning it was all fine, and I definitely enjoyed it because it has a lot of character, and this is also the place where I found the Aperol Spritz only for €1. And you guys, but still, no matter what, I would still suggest you to walk around Naples only with a small amount of cash, because the more you have, just the bigger risk you're taking of losing it. And this is the gallery Umberto I in Naples, but if you have been to Milan, like you would know how much it looks like the one in there, and it's actually scary how much the maintenance of a place can change the way it looks and just the overall vibe. And this might surprise some of you, but the station of Toledo in Naples has been named from the Daily Telegraph as the most beautiful metro station in Europe and also in the world. And I have to say, like, it was pretty nice, and I definitely didn't expect that it would be like so pretty and well maintained as well.
And something very key when visiting Naples, or pretty much like any other like bit more dangerous city, is to always dress down.
And overall, I have to say my experience in Naples was very positive, and like all the reviews and things that you read online are like pretty exaggerated. I think you just need to have some common sense and you will be all fine. So if you're thinking about visiting Naples or another city which is a bit more dangerous, don't worry about it and just go and enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed this video as well, and I will see you in my next one. Love you all. Bye. And don't forget to subscribe.